About to walk out of the
Yeah.
call if y'all fake fucking fuck.
Yeah. All right. All right. So this is a review of the 2017 American Death Note adaptation. Um, Death Note is what's Death Note about? I don't want to. What is the series? It started in like the early 2000s or something,
Yeah,
2007, 2008.
I think it was 2000. Yeah, it was like 2007, 2008,
You
something
want to
like
give
that.
us a
2006.
synopsis? Either one of you or no?
Oof, I'm horrible
Yeah.
at synopsis.
Mariah, go for
Synopses.
it.
Um.
It's
So
all right.
basically, there is a main character, Light Yagami. I'm referring to the anime version and manga. Light Yagami, who pretty much on a random day, school day, picks up a book, a death note. If you write in the book, the person dies. He can relatively control how the person dies within a
Yeah,
time period and within reason. And
there's a
this
bunch of
character,
rules. All
yeah,
right.
there are a lot of rules. He also has a Shinigami, which is Ryuk, and pretty much it is about Light fighting the police force who it's pretty much a battle of morality, and he's fighting police force who is his dad and also a villain, not villain, well, a detective named
Antagonist.
L.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like a
the end.
rival. Like a rival, basically.
Yeah, the rival series, which is I forgot the
There's L, there's
book
Mir,
wordy
and
nerd.
there's
Yeah,
Mello.
it's L. We don't talk about those the other two.
Yeah.
There's L, and L is also this man who is extremely smart and who can battle with him and his morals at a thin piece of line, like at a very head on. And it's pretty much about a series about how they just battle it through and how a light continues to do his version of justice. And you have characters like Misa and Misa's Shinigami and stuff, and it's a very interesting series.
Yeah, I mean they have their like death guides or whatever, but it's mostly a series about him using the Death Note to like come up with tricky ways to kill people and then not be caught eventually, and
And he
then
also only kills. Well, he at first he starts
criminals.
off only killing criminals.
And then he slowly becomes someone who's killing to not be caught, basically,
Yeah.
and like trick and manipulating people. When it becomes a contest of how tricky,
Smart.
how clever he can like and prudent he can be, and like how he can pre-plan things and like get himself out of like tight situations against his rivals that are trying to put him in tight situations where they reveal that he's the killer. Basically, like that, it's basically like this back and forth like shonen style
Yeah.
battle manga, and the power is
Mhm.
like their giant intellects or whatever. Like that's what their power is supposed to be. What was your opinion on the original Death Note? Dosa? Like, what was your thoughts when you first
Of the
saw it or
original
read
Death
it?
Note. When I first saw it, it was the first anime that I watched that wasn't action based.
Okay.
So it was completely different for me. Like it was unknown territory. And so this was like early on when I first started watching anime, and I didn't know they made anime like this. So it was really really good. Um, I thought that the thing I liked about this that the the anime and kind of sometimes in this Death Note, the thing I like about Death Note in general is that it always puts me in situations where I ask myself, if I was in this situation, what would I do? I think it's very immersive in that way,
Mhm.
and so I've always enjoyed the series. I have not read the manga though. I had heard that it's like basically a direct adaptation. There's not much
Yeah,
that's
the
different.
anime is pretty much similar to the
Yeah.
manga.
So,
It's an
but
old.
so
The
yeah.
older
It,
animes usually don't be bitches like that.
if
It's the newer
anything,
animes.
if anything, the anime might be like slightly more fast paced with the way they handle things,
Yeah.
so it might be more entertaining to watch.
It's actually the first anime I've ever bought before.
Really, you bought
Yeah.
Good night.
So
That was on free on like Adult Swim back in the day.
Why Death Note? The Edge Dosa. Like black hoodies and like the hot
and
top the hot topic anime itself. Death
I love L and
Note.
Lights back and forth Like
Yeah,
the battle of the minds. That's always interesting. I like L because even though I think Light's interesting. His his idea of what justice is and how he's gonna handle it with this newfound book that he has. That's always been interesting. But for me, the more interesting thing about the series is from L's point of view because I think so like people usually put themselves in Light's shoes, but I put myself in L's shoes. If this would have happened in real life, how would somebody figure out who Kira is? And I always thought that was interesting, and following L through that, I liked a little bit more than like what Light was doing. But that's
yeah.
just for me.
Uh, I think the interesting thing about it is, first of all, that it's still a shonen like
Yeah.
battle series. If you really look at it and like break it down to like the tropes and stuff, like it still
Mm.
maintains. It's very unique in the way it presents the tropes, but it still maintains a lot of those same tropes. Like it's a young teenage boy. He gets a special power that no one else has, and he uses it in a series of increasingly challenging battles. As he fighting stronger and stronger opponents. It's just
Yeah.
like the way he does it, like the conduit to those battles is like I said, him using the Death Note and him like trying to outsmart smarter and smarter opponents and get out of situations using that special power. So I thought that, and like he has like the dark rival character and all that stuff. And it still has that element of like it's like a power fantasy. Like it really, really appeals to that like
Yeah.
idea of like I have this power and now I can either help people who I feel are worthy of it or punish people who I feel need to be punished. Which is like a very 14 that's a very 13 or 14-year old kind of way of thinking like I can make these bullies are going down now because my death note like,
Yeah.
like so what did you think of that when you first encountered it as a series?
I definitely counted it when I was really young. I think this is actually this either is probably right next to my Naruto or before my Naruto. um,
It's like
I don't
DC
know.
before Naruto,
It's like it's
after
so yeah.
Naruto.
I can't tell, but it was really like the whole Code Geass Naruto like Death Note thing. Like it was all kind of mushed together, and so it's kind of weird because I don't think I recall. I when I first started watching, I just know anytime like I see any scenes from like L versus Light, like the interactions they have are so intense. And I honestly love it. I love how anytime that Light got in a tight situation, how he was smart enough to always kind of like crawl out of it.
Yeah.
I think personally for me, I think how my favorite thing about Death Note, and I'll probably end up mentioning this later, is that Light was such an average guy. Like he had a good life, he had like a good school, and the second he picked up the Death Note, like this is how he turned out, like automatically. Like he starts off with good intentions of just trying to wipe
Yeah,
out cells. Like I
yeah,
liked how like it was like this is what the middleman would do. Like probably maybe like one third
yeah.
of the middleman would do.
It's
And
funny. It's funny that you say that because I just like when I after I watched the movie on Netflix, I watched a Wisecrack. I don't know if you know that channel. They do
no.
like it's a channel they use pop culture and like scientific and like philosophical ways and like they use like high literature to like analyze like cartoons and like stuff like that. And there was a video on Death Note and they were talking about the philosophy in Death Note and how it was like a Greek tragedy or something. And they were saying how the thing about it that's interesting is that it presents is its different views of justice and how it
Yeah.
presents like and it presents Light as someone who's like like he's it's not that he's evil or malicious, it's that anyone with that much power would slowly
It,
become corrupted by it in that way. Like
And
they
he
would
wanted to
not.
be a lawyer too, right?
Yeah, they point that out even in the
Yeah.
video.
what do you say it?
Yeah. He wanted to be a
No,
lawyer,
he
right?
was going to become a detective, I think, a detective.
A
I
detective
Like
or
his yeah, he was going to
I
become
something
a
like that.
forget.
um,
Something
But
with law
yeah.
enforcement.
but yeah, I think that's interesting because I always read it that way, and I always like look at the people who don't view it that way. Funny when they're like, if I had a death note, I would handle things so much better than Light did. Like I
No,
would do
I
this, and
don't
I always
think.
think your Light is you say that because you're
Yeah.
cocky and you think you could be like the ruler of the world and do it in the right way. Like, there's no way you're gonna be the ruler of the world and be like this,
Yeah.
like positive person. Like, you have to kind of be. It's human nature to be corrupted by something like that. To be all powerful and have no one question you. To have this power that no one can check at all. Like, you're going to kind of like
there's no
make
check and
decisions. Yeah.
balances.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yourself is special.
I
Like
think
you are. You get to make the rules.
I also think it's interesting though, like how Light just everything. I really like this. Almost like I almost want to rewatch Death Note, but I'm
Yeah,
way too
I
depressed right now
kind
to
of do
do it.
too. I want to reread
I
it.
don't want to do it for the
I
fact
never
that I know
finished
that's
it.
what they
That's why I want
want
to read it.
because that's what. No. You don't pass. You don't pass
I
L.
stopped.
Okay, you don't pass
I
L.
stopped before the
Promise
L
me.
death. I stopped right
Promise
before
me
the L
you
death.
don't pass L.
Because I was reading it with friends and they were like, "L guys, don't even bother." So I was like,
Please don't. Just they are right. Just know
yeah,
that. Just know that you have good friends, and I'm glad you have.
yeah,
Point is, yeah, I'll hurry this up, but I think my other, yeah, like the first part was amazing, and I think the fact that what kind of corrupts him is humans trying to tame the power. Not, like, I think it throws out like it's such a controversy like opinion is what you get. I love the
yeah,
discussion you get out of Death Note. Like
yeah.
I
It's
honestly do.
interesting.
It is so like whether you like the series or hate it, it
Yeah,
sparks a conversation. Those are the series I love the most. I like the series that whether are trash or I hate every single one of it, if I can go outside and have an intelligent conversation with people and just argue with them to the seven tails about it, then that's a good fucking series. Because it is such a series
yeah,
where your morality and someone else's morality, even like someone like close to my dad, would just have a different view on it. And it's so interesting.
yeah. I
Sounds like Naruto.
I think because Death Note is so associated with that like emo hot topic thing, and it became so popular in America with that like sort of like the eyeshadow and like the
Yeah.
chains and like the depth, like the aesthetic of it
Oh
gets
boy.
overshadowed. Like people kind of label it as just like edgy trash or like TV bopper
Yeah.
stuff, whatever. But I think Death Note, even if it does kind of have that like bleachy sort of vibe to it, like I just respect it because more than most like manga, especially more than most shonen like manga like that, like most shonen jump manga, it very clearly raises interesting moral questions with the story.
Yeah.
Like it constantly raises really interesting moral questions and makes an effort to like make you think about those things. Like it's trying to make you think as you're reading the story. Yeah,
No, it doesn't make it
yeah.
forces you
It kind
to.
of forces you to
It
think about it.
forces you to
Yeah.
think about it and sit yourself in that fucking corner in a jail cell like Light did for a
Yeah,
week and
yeah,
just think about it.
as edgy, and as much as some people hate, like he is a very unique compared to all the Goku clones and like the happy-go-lucky
He
characters
is one of a
that are just
kind.
out of their friends. He's a very unique protagonist for a Shonen Jump series. Like he's very unique.
Yeah, definitely.
So he's
Like
a very automatically that series makes you think about like why is this the protagonist of this series? He doesn't see he's not like immediate like he kind of starts out nice, but then he very clearly starts to make like these really sort of like questionable moral choices, and the way he does the opposite of what shonen protagonists do, like try to put their friends above everyone else, and he just uses everyone. Like his family, his friends, like anyone
they all
around him.
slowly
Yeah,
become more disposable.
yeah, everything becomes disposable. Man. Like he just really doesn't care. Like the end just justifies the means all the time.
Right.
Well, okay,
This
now.
wait, yeah, this I was about to say this segues me to my biggest point I want to make about the movie about
What about talking about the
Light
movie in
Turner.
general? Yeah, I just want to
Yeah,
hear
Light Turner.
what
Oh,
did
do you
you
just want my
think?
overall thoughts?
No, we're gonna start with the Dosa and then we'll get to you.
Peter Parker's booty.
Yeah. What did you think? Because I feel like Dosa is gonna be somewhat positive no matter what. What did you think? I mean, the Death
You
Note
trying to say
like
that I'm always
adaptation.
positive?
No,
Well,
you gotta
Naruto believes that
something like
Friendzone.
this. If it's not complete trash, if you say it's trash, you're gonna say it in a positive way.
He likes to fluff like that.
Yeah, you're gonna fuck
I
up.
guess you're kind of right. I don't think I'm positive about everything, but with this, I think I'm definitely gonna like it the most out of the three of us.
So, what did you think of the Warrior? What was your impression?
I thought that I think for
He trying to
for
find good
first
words.
first of all, let me get this out of the way. I think it's definitely the best U.S. anime adaptation to live
Ever?
action that we've gotten in a long time.
Did you see Ghost in the Shell?
The movie
Yeah,
with Scarlett Johansson.
yeah. I didn't see
Yeah,
it, but
yeah.
I heard it was like
Are
okay.
you talking about from overseas?
No, just U.S. The
Yeah, there was one that
U.S.
came out a couple months ago. Ghost in the
adaptation.
Shell.
Yeah,
Ah,
Ghost in the Shell.
yeah.
Yeah,
It bombed with a
but
lot. So.
Yeah, I know the whole Ghost in the Shell, Scarlett Johansson, white person bullshit thing.
Yeah, I remember
and it gives
Nate versus
me
Nuna.
that. Yeah. Did they argue about that? Was
Yes,
that movie coming out
that
that?
was for 5 days
Who's on which
straight,
side?
bro.
Who's on which side?
I don't fucking know, bro. But
Nate not care?
that
Let's
was
be
when
like, what?
Kevin was still annoying, and
Yeah.
everyone started getting on him for his opinions on the LGBT community.
Oh boy. It's gonna be arguing about that all in here. But go ahead, Idol. I'm sorry.
no. If I'm trying to think of that moment, I can't remember. But
I'm
okay,
not
what
gonna
was
go.
I? Oh
I'm not
yeah,
gonna go
okay.
into it. But I was actually mad about Scarlett Johansson not being not catching an Asian actress.
Oh, but
I was
okay.
very
So I think
troubled.
one
You
of
think what?
definitely one of the better ones that we've had in a
Yeah,
long
it wasn't.
time,
I didn't think it was trash.
and I think it's encouraging, and we should happier today because I think they're heading in the right direction. I think they're starting.
Oh my gosh,
I think they're starting to
you're
get
still
it.
retarded, but I give you an A plus.
No, I think they're heading in the right direction. I think they're
Yeah, I know
starting.
what you mean.
They're slowly how to properly adapt these
It's
things.
it's not Dragon
And
Ball Evolution.
no, you know what I mean? It's it's it's
Okay.
it's heading in the right direction. We're getting there.
I feel like this was a cheesy American like Final Destination sort of version, but I feel like that's what it should be for the American version of Death Note. And I do think that like with this, when I watch Dragon Ball Evolution and like stuff like that, it feels like there's not a lot of respect for the source material. Like they didn't look at it and actually try and adapt things at all. Like they were just like put an orange shirt on the Mizoku and they just did whatever else they wanted with the story. But with this, it looks like they actually did pay attention to like Death
Mm,
Note a little bit, enough to where it resembles Death Note. It resembles
well,
the
yeah,
idea
yeah,
of it. The characters are there. Like Dragon Ball Evolution, it's a completely different thing. Like it's nothing from Dragon Ball except a few names. But this, like, it seemed like Death Note set in America, which I think is just American teens, like I said, cannot handle Death Notes. I think this is like Americans are way more obnoxious when they get that kind of power, and I think
let's
that's what the
can
movie
we all
was.
agree that this dude was school shooter vibes?
Yeah. Yeah, he was
That's
immediately yeah.
he
That's what
was
Lisa
definitely
said. He was
school
immediately
shooter.
super annoying and weird. Like it was just like what?
Okay, babe, who should I kill
Yeah.
next?
I laughed out loud. I knew I couldn't. I wasn't gonna love it when they
The
started having
OST.
like sex on top of the Death Note. No, the OST was weird, like the '80s weird neon vibe thing. But no, when they started having sex on top of the Death Note and like he just used it to impress this emo girl that was cute in his school. Like that was the only thing he was doing with the Death Note. Like he was killing people and he was bragging about it.
Well,
Like,
hold on. We're skipping a lot. We're skipping a lot. We're
Wait,
All
skipping a
right, go
it's
lot.
ahead,
my
Brian.
turn.
Say your overall
It's my
thoughts.
turn.
Say your
Gwen
overall thoughts.
Stacy in the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, go ahead.
But let's see. I overall, I mean, for me, yeah, it was definitely the U.S. version, which I kind of made it the issue for me. I didn't mind. The only reason why I kind of got upset that they made it like a U.S. version is because for me, like I said, I think the most interesting part of Death Note is that Light is a man who was the middle ground, who had a normal life, and that is why, and this is still how he did it. Like this, he started killing people the way he did because and he was a normal person, but in this one he was once again like this they turned it into a normal American franchise kind of backstory where his mom's dead and he needs to avenge her, and Ryuk's bullying him into it, Mia's bullying him into it, and his dad's just a lousy drunk who barely cares about him. It was like for me that alone changed the whole meaning of Death Note. Like it destroys the controversial topic that I like to debate about. because he's just bullied into it, and all you say is, "Oh, poor Light Turner." Like, no, I like the fact that Light Yagami was a nice, cold ass bitch, man. Like, I liked it. Like, I liked how he had no excuse. He was a normal person, and that's my favorite thing about him. He was normal, but this he wasn't.
Are you saying the fact that they gave him like a tragic backstory?
Yeah,
It
it changes the whole. It changes
because
the
it
whole
makes him
concept.
too
Yeah,
sympathetic. Like,
because that's
yeah,
his excuse. It's no
yeah.
longer that as controversial. Like, it's just like, well, he was bullied into it. Everyone else wanted it for him. This is what he did to it. He isn't what society is. He was more of a product of society. I saw my teacher posting Facebook statuses about it. He's such a nerd. But
But
yeah.
I think they definitely took some creative liberties with it.
I didn't
The
I
mind.
don't think
bullying,
I
the
I don't
didn't
think
bullying.
it's a
mind.
direct
But
adaptation.
speaking of the, it isn't. But speaking of the bullying, that scene with the bullies, I kept laughing. I can take you seriously. Where the bullies were like bullying a girl,
Pushing
like these
the
two big
girl
dudes. I was like, in public in
for the lunch.
2017, like pushing a girl around, like people would
Wait,
pull
can we?
over, like they would
They were.
call the cops, they would get attacked. Like you can't push like a high school girl around in public, like physically like that, and not have a crowd of people swarm on you
They
and
also
stop
had
you.
random flip phones. Like, did you see that?
No, they have flip flops. They have flip
Yee.
flops.
No. I think Elle had a flip phone. Someone had a flip phone,
I know
or
he had no ice.
Yeah,
it was
He had a
really
tenth
basic
ice,
to
like it was from like
it. Like, they
1996.
were
oh,
using
I was
like
like,
I thought it was an
iPhones. They were using those like really weird like knockoff
yeah,
brands. It seemed like
Blackberries.
I couldn't tell what like universe they were trying, like what kind of like
Yeah,
year
it
they're trying to
seemed
do it
really
in.
retro. It seemed like it was like
Yeah,
2004 or something. It
yeah.
was
I don't know if
weird.
they were trying to do the year that Death Note was in, or if
Yeah,
because
maybe.
it was weird to me. I
Maybe.
was like, "What's
His hair
happening?"
immediately stood out as like kind of like
Oh
not
my god,
modern at all. Like
school shooter hammer,
the blonde ice tips. Like,
school shooter. All
what
right,
are you
how
gonna
did
say?
you?
It's not a direct adaptation of them.
no, I don't think it's a direct adaptation.
Like
So
I
I understand why you don't like
Yeah,
that change. I get it completely.
they couldn't
But
because it's
with
not
this,
Japan. They couldn't do a direct
yeah, with this
adaptation.
adaptation and with that scenario, I can. Here's the thing that I like about it. Here's the thing
oh
I like
no.
about the scenario they set up. If a kid that was bullied and his mother's killer was not um did get away
Put to
with it,
justice.
yeah. That's exactly what somebody that got a death book would do. A death note would do. The first person other than the bully they would kill once they realize what they can do exactly is they would go after it would be personal. They'd go after obviously a person who hurt them or the people who have hurt them. I like that because it was a motive. It was a motive that made sense.
No,
Yeah,
I didn't hate the movie. I didn't. There were I see what happened was I would start slowly nodding to it, and then they would do something that would get me angry, and I'd go back to square one with it.
Yeah, that's exactly. I was just gonna say something like that. Like
It was like,
for
yeah,
everything
yeah,
that
like
pissed me
let's
yeah,
off about
go,
this
and then it
movie,
was like,
they did something that
ooh,
I liked.
yeah. There were
yeah, they
things where
just
I was
started
like, this isn't
to.
bad. I was like, this isn't
Yeah,
bad.
like
And
the
then there was
end,
parts
I was
where it was
starting
like,
to nod to. Like there were random parts I was nodding to. Like I didn't automatically sit there like, oh no, like fuck this adaptation. Like you
yeah,
also
I felt like Ryuk, the William Defoe's Ryuk was like really well done, even though they changed his role a little bit and made him kind
yeah
of
they
push light into it, which
yeah.
I wasn't as. The thing is, it's
Honest,
different. It's different from the original. It wasn't bad, but it also like it dumbs it down a little bit. The fact that he's like
I
made
didn't.
forcing him to do it, and it's not Light's choice himself.
It didn't
Like
seem. It didn't
kind
seem.
of
He
dumbs it
didn't seem
down.
almost needed in
It
this. Like
wasn't. He
there
wasn't.
were
Yeah,
Yeah,
they could just had the
the
death note.
biggest issue I think if we're talking about like this would have made this a good movie is if they deleted things. I think that was where they messed up. I think they when like they did things that were really like too much for just one movie. Like for example, when they randomly when he was like, "Oh, just tell me L's name," and he's like, "Oh, I can't." And they start mentioning his past all in one go. Like he was part of an orphanage, and they were all super detectives. Like you were like, "What?
Yeah.
What?" Like that. Like they that
I
wasn't
didn't.
needed for this
Some
movie. Like,
people really like the way Elle was handled, and I didn't like any of
no,
it.
L
I didn't
L
like
was
any of it.
exaggerated too much. His
Yeah, it felt
quirks, it felt forced.
it felt too forced. It felt way too forced. They should have just
I
made him a
think
brand new character.
I think
Like
if they no, I think as long as you saw him always eating sweets would have been fine. But the way he
they
was
just
in a
shoved it
world of
in. Yeah.
candy, like he was always eating it. Like you watch him,
Yeah.
his daddy walks down. He's like, "Do you want some ice cream?" Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, calm yourself just
Yeah.
a bit. My sister personally disliked when Elle got emotional towards the end. I didn't mind it too much because like I understand like
Yeah.
there's a point where I was like, "You're not like I'm. This is an adaptation. Like, calm myself." But
Yeah, I didn't
I
compare it to
actually
the original. I
I
felt
actually
like the parts of the original character that they tried
yeah,
to force onto the new L, it didn't. It
it did
felt
not
unnatural. Yeah, it
it
felt
did
a little
not do
unnatural.
well. How did you guys feel about Mia?
Mm.
Because she's definitely the
The thing is, I mean, it's weird. I have mixed
she's
feelings.
more
The
of
things
the
I like,
old light than light
Yeah,
Turner
kind of.
yeah,
is.
They kind
So
of
yeah,
how
swore
did
out.
you
yeah.
feel
That's
about
what I like
her
how they
being
kind
the
of flipped it
second role?
on his head. Yeah, because I like that instead of in the original anime slash manga, Light was kind of manipulating Mia and using her to his advantage whenever he needed it. And in this one, you can kind of see that Mia is kind of manipulating Light, and
Yeah,
she's kind of in control. And I kind of like that flip.
You like
I
Control
like that.
Girls?
I like the I like that as a in comparison to the original. It was kind of like an interesting thing, but on its own,
Yeah,
I just felt like she wasn't that good
but
of a
them like making out on
character.
top of them, that
Yeah,
the
that was
kiss
just
and
funny.
stuff.
That's when I was like,
That's
this is like I was taking it seriously up until that point, and when that happened, I just started laughing. Like this is not. I'm not
There
gonna be
were,
able to
I
take
think,
this
almost
seriously
any
anymore.
time a serious OST played, I started laughing.
Yeah, it was like I have a death note. I'm killing people. Let's fuck. Oh my god. Like, it was
yeah, like that's
like,
yeah,
I was like,
that's
all
When
right.
he
we could
didn't want
cut
to
that
kill
scene
someone
out.
in a day, and she was like, "Well, I'm just gonna leave," and he was like, "No, babe, wait. Oh, do you want to kill
Yeah,
someone?"
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
he was losing it. That's the thing. That's the thing. The original Death Note asked all these serious morality questions, questions about society and killing people, whether it's right or wrong. This was just a teenage boy trying to impress girls with his magical murder book. That's all it was for the most part. It was
She
just
was. He
running
was like, "I can,
around trying to impress this
I
emo
can never
girl,
tell
this
you."
like edgy girl in his school, like killing people with it. Like he wasn't really doing anything
He didn't even try to hide
that
it
was
for like two
interesting with it.
seconds.
Yeah,
He's
he
like, "I
immediately just
can't tell
told
you.
her.
Wait."
I was like,
Then
wait.
he was like, "Wait, do you really want to know,
He was like, wait.
baby?" And I was like,
Are you
"Ooh,
wearing a
Turner,
choker? Do you have eyeshadow on? I guess
do you want
something
to
else
fuck
to
later?"
impress you. Yeah, I guess something that will
Like,
impress you.
bro.
I can
Oh
kill people with
dear.
my book. And what felt weird to me also was the fact that he was talking to Ryuk in front of her, and he had this imaginary friend, and she wasn't freaked out by that, even though I think he explained it to her. But if someone's talking to somebody invisible, don't you automatically think they're off and they're a little bit like
Just a
unstable
bit.
and dangerous if
But
yeah.
they
I
keep
mean,
She
talking to
did
but
their
just like
imaginary
yeah.
friend?
here's the thing though. In Misa and Mia are both kind of insane
I
in
guess.
general. So like, I don't. It would be weird almost if they did question it or if they did freak out because like the point is that both
Well,
that her
Misa had
character
her
was.
own death guard, so it was
I mean,
different.
but still, she was still kind of like cooped up in
She
the head, you know.
Yeah, she was just an insane groupie, but this girl, she was just like,
She was
I.
also she got turned on. She was sadistic as fuck. She
She
got
was
turned on
just,
by killing people.
she was just a selfish emo girl, and she was like, yeah, we have
We
all this
can
fun.
kill
And
people, right?
if you, and this Death Note, I know this was in this Death Note. Apparently, you could just grab the book and anybody could write in it at any
Yo,
time.
that pissed me off. That pissed
I
me
was like,
off, bro.
whoa. Why did somebody
That
take it a long time ago? Didn't he say rules at the beginning like you can't have other people writing the book, and then she
yeah,
just took
like
it?
I'm the only owner. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah,
Like the whole thing where everyone was just writing names and stuff. I was like, whoa. I
yeah.
was when at first I thought when all the people walked off, I thought Mia finally got her Shinigami, and I was like,
You
yo,
did.
yeah, yeah. Like I told you, there were moments in because I thought what I wanted them to go with is to completely just destroy the main plot at a point, and just for it to be L like Light and L versus Mia because like she was more the antagonist. Like I wanted them to just go full out Mia antagonist. So I was like, yo, she got her Shiganagami. She's gonna start like overpowering him. And he's gonna have to end her. I thought
that would have been cool.
Yeah, that would. Yeah,
she was just horrible. I think she was
yeah.
supposed to be confused.
But the way they ended her was too like I wanted it to be like kind of more like everyone was like, ooh, okay, you're the actual problem. Like it wasn't me, it was you this whole time. Like like that's what was really grinding my gears like towards the end, and then it didn't happen.
Yeah, they should have given her some of Light's backstory to like her or something. But she just came across like just this total little
it
also bitch the entire fucking movie. Like she was just using him and killing people.
Wrong thing that they did,
and then she betrayed him immediately to like get the death note for herself and stuff. It's like there was nothing redeeming about that girl, like at all as a character. I don't know. I feel like Adosa liked her, so like, do you feel like she was a good?
No, I liked.
Was she Danny level stuff?
No, I didn't.
The wife like that.
That's why I said the things I liked about. The thing I didn't like about it is what happened. Can you hear me? You can't hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, is it?
I can. Did he leave? Does it turn off live if he leaves?
No, I think his headphones are messing up or something. But okay, folks, we'll still pick it up even though Wesley's gone. I liked that Mia. I liked the dynamic that she had with Light, and I liked the role she played in the story. But the character herself, I agree with you, Wesley. I don't. She was
who has departed.
Who has departed? Who has gone? I think that she is so unlikable that it was a missed opportunity. It was a missed opportunity. It could have been. It could have been a really, really interesting and really deep and well thought out character. I think they hit the nail on the head with her dynamic with Light and her role, but they should have took more time, giving her more of a reason to even want to be a part of this with Light and want to kill people and want to have a death note.
Question.
Yes.
Do you think this... you're back here, Wesley, too. You can ask this question. Do you guys think that this would have been done better in an 8-episode adaptation?
Yes.
Or do you...
Yes.
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 You think...
I almost always think things are better when they're longer. I almost always think.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all.
No, yeah, I don't either. Like for example, like with the
Defenders.
Defenders, I longer. For me, longer is almost always better.
No, because sometimes they don't. Sometimes.
Yeah, too much.
Sometimes people don't know. Direction. Yeah, sometimes people they'll try to extend it way too long.
Yeah, I mean, if it's done wrong, of course it's going to be worse. But if it's done right, longer is always better.
Well, of course, but that's not how the world works.
I don't know about that. There's some, I don't know, bro. Like,
and then sometimes
Star Wars wants to be movies, right?
Like yeah, like there's sometimes where. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
There's sometimes where.
Okay, Lord of the Rings, right? Too many of those, right? The Hobbit. A short book extended into like 4 movies.
The Hobbit's the perfect example of something that should not be done.
There are a few series that
like
when it goes on too long, it kind of
stretched out.
Naruto.
Yeah, I mean,
72 volumes.
One Piece. One
Kevin's unfriending you as you speak.
Bleach is great.
Bleach is way too long.
Bleach is a great example.
Adosa's life. Can we use already?
Too long.
Yeah,
Time to end it.
Yeah. Way too long.
You said longer than
20
So you would want. I don't know who doing that. It's probably Adosa.
I would want an 8-episode Netflix series. Yes.
Yeah, but I was gonna say you would want more Naruto if you could. Then you feel like it should have kept going.
All the filler.
I think it's a good amount. It's a good amount. Honestly, it could have been a little bit shorter. Honestly, it could have been like 10 volumes shorter. But
10 volumes shorter.
Yeah.
200 plus filler.
This felt like it had like certain things were rushed. Even the ending, it felt like kind of rough. for me.
Yeah.
So
Cause I'm your lady.
yeah, they had a lot to cover from the whole manga and all the characters and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it needed more room to breathe because it could have
Yeah.
been. I feel like it could have been better with more room.
yeah, I
Wait,
do think I. Hmm?
you guys talked about L, right? Like his did you guys like L?
Did he like zone out?
Yeah,
We didn't discuss it directly, but
okay.
I felt like he was tolerable except for the forced quirks from the manga. Like
The
Mm,
quirks, yeah.
yeah, the him eating the candy, like oh candy, like it was just
I
like
Yeah,
I I thought that
unnecessary.
I thought yeah I think his character what could have been like I said the whole episode thing. I think his character was too rushed because you don't really see the shine in his character. He felt because he not only because he was emotional. I think it destroyed his like level of being at light's level, but at the same time, I guess light was emotional, so I guess that wasn't needed. But
yeah,
the fact that
light's not.
the way he found it out, like he was like, oh, it's like anime,
Yeah, it
he
was as
barely, it was like this dude only took like it took 3 steps to find out it was
yeah,
light. It
exactly.
was like,
That's why I
bro,
hated like cuz
you hate
light and the thing is
and this
no,
hate.
cuz the thing is light even from what I remember in the show, it took light to what? What was it? Like almost half the series to find out?
Yeah, it took him like three
And it
chapters.
still didn't seem like he was 100% sure.
Uh,
It always felt like he was like 90 to
but
95.
Yeah, because
light in the manga is clever though.
yeah,
Yeah.
Light in the
he would
manga, this
sit and
light is just a goofy teenage dude.
he would take a chip and eat it. He would
But here's
sit in a jail cell. Well, they took
No,
that in the
that
they
no,
took
that's the
that
thing.
part in the towards the end he became more of the real light.
That part of the original Death Note was the thing that made me roll my eyes the most. Because at first, like I was like, "Yo, this is so clever!" Like the plans on top of plan, like the safety that Light is setting up, like in his room. And then it got to a point where it was so unbelievable and ridiculous. Where he was like, "I knew my dad would sneeze in that direction at that specific angle, so I set up this trap to like be at this angle so that he would blink and he went to and it's like there's too many variables, bro. Like you could not
yeah.
predict that without a crystal ball. Like there's no way you could predict all those
Well,
things. And
it's
you know a
also
fly was gonna
anime.
fly on his
It's
shoulder. You knew he was gonna
anime, Wesley.
you knew he was gonna blink in a certain direction at a
Anime.
certain time of day with the sun hitting your window at the right moment. Like it was just too convenient. I was like, that is not planning, bro. That's just like you're a psychic at that point.
No,
But
but
this light
but
wasn't that light. Like he's not a clever dude. So
we're going back to why I kind of liked that he kind of had that backstory with his mom dying and his mom's killer not being brought
yeah,
to justice. The downside to it is it's him killing that person is the dumbest thing he could have done because that draws a direct
draws all the
line to
attention to
him.
him. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and so it
Mhm.
makes Elle finding out that it's light, finding out that Kira's light like easy. I mean, it's
Yeah.
obvious at that point. He killed a bully and who just beat him up like 5 minutes before he killed him, and
Yeah, it
he killed his
was,
mom's killer. So it's just like he's making things. He's not smart at all. He's just making it so obvious. And
yeah,
he
it
freaking
was.
had his death note out on the bleachers during basketball practice. Like,
Yeah, he wasn't as smart, but I don't think like at first was he doing people's homework? Is that what he was doing? Like,
I
what
think
was he?
so.
Was he doing
I,
people's homework? Was
It
he?
was implied once or
oh
twice that
he was doing
a
he was doing people
clever.
homework in the
Yeah, it
beginning.
was
So
implied that he was a clever
like
student, but
he
there's
wasn't
no.
he wasn't clever. Like let's
Yeah, it
put
didn't
that.
show. It
I'm like
didn't show.
he wasn't super intelligent, and nor was Al. Al was kind of super intelligent, but he wasn't because he got emotional towards the end. I was like, come on, bro.
I mean,
Like
it's a different character. Like he wasn't
I
cool
know
and
he
intelligent.
wasn't.
He was more like he was supposed to be like weird and like his emotions are supposed to be like part of his weirdness. I think in this one, where he was just like twitchy and like panicky all the time. Like he was like, oh my god, like I don't carry a gun because it makes me uncomfortable.
What God? He was like
Yeah,
he's been with me my whole life. Please
yeah,
don't do that.
he was really panicky and weird. But I mean, I kind of liked that part because it was that seemed natural for the
I didn't.
acting.
I
The
yeah. I
acting,
didn't.
he
It
seemed like
didn't.
he had no problem portraying that. It was when he was trying to
No,
be
yeah, I
like,
didn't mind it, but it was
it was
just
awkward.
also weird. It was
I
that
don't
part
know.
didn't bother me that much. I don't like
I just
this
I
is
just
just
didn't believe either of these guys were super geniuses on any level. Like I didn't believe either of them were that clever. And I guess Light wasn't supposed to be, but L, like I just didn't buy into him being this like brilliant detective or anything.
How did you
Like
guys feel about him being black?
it was
I
alright.
didn't mind.
It was alright.
I mean, see, here's
It was surprisingly tolerable because I like.
yeah,
Yeah, you
that's
think
kind
you're
of
gonna
true.
hate it. You think you're gonna hate it, and you think you're like, oh my god, because they changed the race. And I went into it just imagining myself as one of those like L fangirls who like wants the spiky hair emo look from him and stuff like that.
Yeah, I didn't
And then I
actually
went
care
into
as
it, and
much.
I didn't care
I
much.
didn't care as
It
much as I
was
thought I
alright.
would.
Yeah, I thought it was
Um,
gonna annoy me.
I am usually annoyed when, see, I'm annoyed when, usually when they don't try to match the race of people initially. Like, I don't care, like, if, like, literally it was, like, some reenactment of a series that had all white people. I want all white people in it. Like, I don't
Yeah,
want you to add a random black person in it. I don't care about whatever, like, race, like, vendetta you have. Like, I want the original race more times than not. But for the fact that they totally just disregarded it, I was like, you know what? Whatever. Like, I just
yeah,
threw up all my sheets in the air. I was like, okay,
yeah.
fine.
I mean, they made light white, and so that's immediately a
Yeah, I
major
mean,
race
it was
change. You know,
American,
people don't have
so
issues with that.
I mean, I mean, I just gave up on it, you know, like before I fought for it, and then I stopped. So it's like whatever.
I mean, the L in this movie to me was more. He was a better actor than the Light, I guess, or whatever. He was more likable in some
Yeah,
way, but then Light wasn't because Light to me
I
was
didn't
just
like
like
that.
insufferable.
I didn't like
Yeah.
that stupid that hoodie and mask he wore though.
The what? Oh,
Yeah, I
that was
kind of.
also kind of weird because
Yeah,
it was kind of, I mean, once again, this is a totally different series, so it didn't bother me too much. But you know, it was kind of badass that L before he kind of just had his face out like "fuck you guys," like I'm L and I'm gonna do whatever I want. And then, you know, after a
Yeah.
while, like my L didn't
It
even
looked
that
like
much
a
fun.
yeah,
leotard to me. It made him look super
yeah.
smooth and like
It made him look
Sometimes
like a
with his
ninja.
outfits,
yeah.
He was like rolling
and
around.
his mannerisms, it just felt like he was in a different
It was
movie
too much.
sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, it felt that's how I felt. It felt like it wasn't
Yeah,
his tone, like how he was
it
portraying him
didn't
didn't
match.
fit the tone of the movie.
Yeah,
So, like I said, the best acting to me was Willem Dafoe was Ryuk. Like that just it was how I
oh
imagined
yeah, it
him
was good.
acting
Yeah,
sound like that was pretty
I
much
actually liked. I didn't mind his CGI. Like I actually was okay with it. I
yeah,
was
it
like,
was alright.
it
His
was
dad was okay. But the
his
main
dad be
actors
turned into a classic daddy.
so you guys said Ryuk didn't belong, and he could the story could have functioned without him. But I really liked that was probably my favorite part of
Cause
the whole
no,
movie
but
what
was
Ryuk?
Ryuk. Yeah,
Yeah, me
I
too.
liked it
It was
so
good.
much.
the first page was like, "Don't trust Ryuk," and so I thought he was gonna betray him at the end, and he didn't do
Yeah,
anything.
yeah,
I was like,
Yeah, it was
okay.
weird. It was weird.
I was like, when he said that, I was like, Roro, Roro. Like, what? But
Don't
then,
trust your emo girlfriend.
yeah,
horrible and hard.
yeah. But then he didn't do anything. Like he just kind of like,
Well, he did. He kept
I
pushing him
mean,
and pushing him
I
openly, but he
guess.
wasn't hiding it. He wasn't like
He was like, I no
he
no well
wasn't.
no at first he did, but then he was like, I told you I like your girlfriend more. He like you humans are so
Yeah,
interesting.
he wasn't surreptitious about it. He was just kind of open, saying like, "Whatever, I don't care." I don't know, but yeah, as an adaptation, it was not total trash. It wasn't completely different from Death Note. If you just accept it's like different characters, I guess. But
Hmm.
I mean, it's Death Note has like a Japanese edgy teen story. Like this felt like a American
American, yeah,
story
that's
in a
probably the
way. So
most.
yeah, it's not. I feel like if you don't like do it from Death Note, just you could watch this and enjoy it. If you're not holding it up to that like standard, I guess basically it was
Yeah, I think that go. I think I'm
on the scale
struggling
of Dragon
between
Ball
do.
Evolution and what's the best like anime movie? Is it this? What's the anime?
This is probably. I haven't watched
It's
that
either this or
many.
Ghost in the Shell.
Fist of the
It's either
North.
this or
Fist of the
Ghost.
North Star, the movie that was pretty good.
Uh,
That wasn't bad.
in the U.S. in just
Yeah.
U.S.
all of them. I
Just
guess. The
you.
Kenshin movies, I guess.
The Kenshin movies are definitely the best.
Yeah. You never even seen the
If
Kenshin
it's,
movies. You phony.
what are you talking about? I've seen the first two.
Did you really the live action?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen the new one though. What came out like 3 years ago?
Yeah.
3 or 2 years ago? I haven't seen that one.
What do you
But I
mean?
saw the first.
When did the first one come out? It only came out like 2 years.
No. The other one they like redid it, but the first ones
The
came out
live
like
action Kenshin movies?
yeah, the live action Kenshin movies.
There's only like 2 of them, aren't there? They came out
No,
like.
there's like three or four.
Oh,
I gotta go
really?
back and look. Yeah.
But the best, whatever the best anime movie is, I don't know. Trying to think of all the anime movies that came out.
There's Dragon Ball Evolution, I mean if you want to count Avatar the Last Airbender you can.
Yeah.
Hey, that movie is
Oh, Astro Boy CGI movie. Started
Who?
out
Zoned out.
the Astro Boy
Are you guys
CGI
still?
movie. That's an
Oh
anime.
yeah.
Are you guys still
That
roasting?
came out a couple of years.
Are you guys still listening movies? I zoned out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's say comic book films. On the scale of this to Civil War, Civil War to Dragon Ball Evolution. This is like,
Let's
I
not
feel
go
like
that far.
this is in the middle. This is directly in the middle. It's not offensively bad, but it's not good.
It's not. It's not
Yeah.
notably good, but not offensively bad.
Yeah, it's
Like,
just
no,
like,
see, it's the kind of movie that if someone else was watching it downstairs, I could sit down and like eat chips and like not like garg at it like again. Like I'd probably like it better a second time because
yeah,
I'm kind of more accustomed. But it's not something I'd go out of my way to watch by myself, you know?
it was bad enough where I could laugh at it and enjoy the bad parts and just be interested in the few little good parts here and there.
Definitely a lot better. I thought this was gonna be horrendous.
Did you?
I actually didn't go in with any expectations.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was like,
I was kind of blank. I was like,
it didn't make me angry. It didn't
I
make me angry to
didn't
watch.
like hype up the release date. When I saw it, I was like, "Oh, Alex, like let's watch it before you leave." Like I was like, let's just like quickly do this together, and then we did, and then I was like, "Oh, okay."
Because I saw a review of this during San Diego Comic-Con, and I saw another review of this.
Did they like it or did they hate it?
They hated it, but I stopped.
IGN gave it like an 8 or something. I was like, "Bro, calm down."
I stopped watching the review like 2 minutes in because I didn't want to get spoiled.
What did Bob Samurai say? Did he seem positive?
No, I just saw his video title was "Everything Wrong with the Dead Note live action movie." And it was 30 minutes long. So I was like, "Whoa."
No, IGN gave it a 7 out of 10.
Okay,
that still seems kind of.
I mean, high,
that's a little too high. That's a little too high.
It's around that medium, like.
I mean, it's a 7 on like.
All right, so this is the real question: which one is better, this or the Defenders?
This one, what?
Or
the Defenders?
This is the Defenders.
The Defenders.
I mean,
the Defenders.
All right, for you guys, then this is Luke Cage.
Luke Cage is
Luke Cage. Let's be real.
But it's a TV show compared to a movie, though.
This or Iron Fist?
Iron Fist.
Iron Fist. Iron Fist had.
Iron Fist isn't bad.
My baby. Yeah. All right.
Iron Fist reward. Yeah. So what would you rate this? I guess.
A 6.
What could they have done? What could they have done better? What would you rate it? What could they have done better? And what did they get right?
6. What they could have done better was just delete things. Like I said, everything else. I think everything they did. I think if I rewatched it, like I said, I think I'd accept everything they did. But as long as they deleted things and try to make it slower and not throw in every single detail, I think that would have made it done better. And what they did right, someone else has to go. I need to steal someone else's answer for that because I don't know.
I thought was done pretty well. The special effects for the most part.
He just felt so like third-and-dairy character to me in this. There's only like tertiary. There's only like 5 characters, so he felt like lower than the dad almost.
Yeah, but that's what I felt like they did right. There are all these minor characters in Death Note, like all the members of the investigation squad and
I think it was
Mr. like
weird
Death
that
God and
they
all that
didn't
stuff.
have any normal character kind of in the series quite so because it seemed like everyone there was just insane in the series.
Yeah.
So I think that this
So
is another thing that I wish they kind of added more characters because it seemed like
I'm glad they did
everyone.
for the movie.
I mean, I mean, I wish it was just
I
one.
don't want I don't want them to jam pack all these Death Note cameos.
Yeah, I
I feel
know,
like
but
that would have just
still,
made it cluttered.
I just
But
would have liked to see just some like him in a normal classroom, just
I didn't need
saying
to see Nier
hi.
and Mello and all that stuff.
You
Like,
don't even
just
know who
coming
they
in.
are.
I don't. I vaguely know. I've seen pictures, but I
But
mean,
yeah, I
Death
think they
Note's
did.
kind
I
of
think
hot
they did the
topicy.
American version right. So
Yeah, this felt. I mean, this felt like a like Final Destination knockoff, which is good enough for an American version of Death Note, I guess. Uh,
What were the three things?
what would you rate it?
rating. What did they do wrong, and what did they do right?
My rating for this is
Thumbs up or thumbs down?
No, no,
Gold
I'd
he needs to do. I need.
star,
I'd
I
give
need
it
a
a
number
six
from
and
gold
a
this
star,
man.
or
I'd
broken
give it
heart?
A
six and a
6.
half.
Yeah.
Good. I knew he was just gonna give
That's what
the
that's what
tiniest.
I would give
I
it.
knew he was gonna give the tiniest rating above me because he's such a goody two shoe.
That's what I would give it.
Oh
I'd
no.
give it a 6.5.
That's grading on a curve too. If this is a normal movie,
Yeah.
a 6, but as an adaptation of something that I expect it to be complete garbage, 6.5.
I
Six.
guess.
What they did
I'm
wrong. What
sugars.
they did wrong. I think they tried. I think they tried to play like they tried to do half direct adaptation, half not. They should have either did it or did not, or completely changed it.
Yeah,
I don't
don't.
like how they tried to like dip their toe in the water
Yeah,
and
don't.
like play with
But
things that already
isn't but
exist, but they want to make
wouldn't
their
it
own
get you
story as
angry?
well.
I disagree. I think it would have been
If they
bad
didn't
if
have
they
any
did.
Death Note stuff in it,
Yeah, I think having the small things to appease old watchers and yet still appealing to the new audience is what makes good adaptations. I think keeping it halfway
But
is
if you're
good.
gonna do that, but you can't smush it down to a movie. Then if you're gonna do that,
Especially into what?
you can't smash it down into an hour and 40-minute
Well,
movie if you're
I
gonna.
said I wanted it to be 8 episodes, so we're not fighting there.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like the problem with this was like writing more than anything else. I feel like they had a tighter script and stuff and better acting. Like what they were doing with it, the idea of it.
I
See,
honestly
but the
don't
thing
think
is,
the acting
if
would
it
have
wasn't
helped it. I
connected
think the
to
script
anything that we
itself was kind
knew,
of silly, so it would have been hard to act either way.
if
Babe,
it
I
was
love you.
connected to anything that we knew, then we wouldn't have complaints about life. We wouldn't have complaints about L.
But
We
No,
then
wouldn't have
would
complaints
you?
I
about
would
how.
still have complaints about it because
I'd still have
I'm not judging
complaints.
him. I accept that he's not the light on
Yeah,
the thing, but I still don't like his character in general. Like he was
I
just
still
annoying and
think he's a
stupid.
little stupid ass soccer
Yeah, he was just
boy.
like whining and stupid and like desperate to impress him over at school. So I was like,
That
If
doesn't.
this was like a standalone, like if everybody's names were changed and
If
there
this
was
was
no
a standalone, it'd
I'd have
probably
probably
be like
given
an.
it a 7.
Yeah, probably like a
I,
7. It'd
I
be a
would,
7.
ooh, you guys are
It'd be
lenient.
higher. It'd be higher
You
for
guys
me
are,
if
it would
it's.
still be 6.5.
But because they tried to do some stuff and they tried to like force like L mannerisms and everything, 6.5.
Oh no, I was leaning. No, if anything, I'm more leaning because of that. Because I understand it seemed those scenes were awkward to me, but I was like, they're trying really hard to like copy the manga. So I'm gonna look the other way and cringe. But if that was just a random character, if that was just a random
Well, they
character,
wouldn't
I'm
have
like,
added it.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm saying he's saying if they added that, and I'm judging it based on it being an adaptation.
I
Like,
mean,
if they had those scenes in a normal movie and it was just random out of nowhere, him eating boxes
nah,
of candy, I'd be like, what?
nah,
I'd be like, this
nah,
is
nah.
the
horrible.
If it was
real
a,
thing to do is to grab someone random who's never seen
Mm,
Death Note before and just make them
yeah.
watch it and get their reaction.
I don't think
I
Lisi's seen that. No, Lisi has seen
uh, I could find someone
that.
with like
But
decent opinions.
no, I mean, I haven't seen Death Note in a long time, and I think it's just, I think it's, yeah, maybe 7. I give
oh
it
yeah,
6.5, but it's just average
I
to
didn't
me.
even say what they did right.
Yeah,
What they did right. Uh, uh,
the girl, right? You like the girl?
Ryuk.
Yeah, Reeve was really well done. He was well
What did
Wait,
he
do you
acted.
bring?
guys give a thumbs up or thumbs down to Mia?
Halfway
I think
thumb.
it also liked her.
Halfway thumb.
He liked her.
I liked her dynamic
Those
with
are not
like
liking a female?
No, I liked her flip. I
Yeah.
liked her
You're
flip
not sucking
dynamic.
her dick into something?
I liked her. I liked how they flipped it on this. Like, oh, like she's the one doing the manipulating. She's the one getting what she wants. I like that.
Mm.
There was no There was no like backstory to like why she was that way though. She was just a
Yeah,
bitch.
and
It was
I
just like
said that when you
teenage girls.
left. I said that when you left. The problem is that there was no motive. They didn't build no
No,
motive for her to
it
even
was
want
like,
to be a part of this Death Note crusade with Light in the
it was,
first place. Like
teenage girls are
she's just
evil.
random.
Yeah,
She's
pretty emo teenage girls are just
yeah.
fucking horrible.
She's just a random girl that
She didn't bat an
just
eye
walked in.
about
Light just liked
murdering
her. He's
those
like, "Hey
people.
man, guess what I got?"
I got a fucking death note.
Like,
Oh my god, that's so hot. Fuck me on your death note, light turner. And it was just
but
like,
yeah,
oh my god.
but yeah, I think they got
Oh,
Ryuk. I
I
think
thought.
yeah,
She
Ryuko's perfect.
immediately betrayed. She
Mm.
tried to kill this man. He was like for his death note.
She said it with a straight face too.
Yeah. I like that. He like the thing about Light is he seems so naive and stupid. Even when he like tricked her, he was like, "I at the end of the day on the Ferris, he was like, I didn't think you take the pain. I didn't think you." I was like, "You moron! Like, what are you doing?" And he like struggling to try and save her after that. I was like, "Why did you write her name in the death note if you weren't ready to kill her, jackass?"
I thought they were
Like,
both.
why are you?
I thought they were both
Yeah.
gonna die.
Well, they did at the end, so just not in that
Well,
way, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, wait, hold on. It's open ended. You don't know if he wrote his name down.
Didn't?
Nah,
They don't. They stop
they
it.
stop it.
Oh, okay.
And I am your man.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know.
They stop it, so you
It's
don't know. They start playing The Power of
the
Love, which
sequel.
is also a weird OST choice,
Yeah,
but I love
they,
The Power of Love, so I do
Yeah.
question it.
there's gonna be a sequel.
Sequel? Death Note 2?
Yeah, Death Note 2.
There's
You
like
don't?
four. There's like four live action Japanese movies, right?
L is light.
Yeah, good man.
They really like doing that, but they need to stop like high key.
What was American movies or Japanese movies?
Pick something else. Koreans are actually good at doing adaptations.
You know what? You know
Well,
what's funny about the Japanese? I'm sure neither of you watched Death Note in Japanese, right?
Nope.
nah.
You know
I heard it's good though. I heard it's good.
it is good. Usopp plays L voice.
Good night.
It's very disturbing. It's
Yeah,
Usopp.
I heard
I
the
don't know.
Japanese. Is it a TV show or is it a movie?
Wait, the live action one? I'm talking about
They're
the
all
Yeah.
animation.
movies.
There's movies.
They're all movies.
There's
Oh,
a series of
yeah. I
movies.
heard the Japanese movie is actually really good.
Really? Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
friend who has it. I never watched it. I'm talking about the dub though. Usopp from One Piece's voice. So,
Yo, that's crazy.
and the funny thing
We
about
should
that, the funny thing about
we should
Usopp's
cut the
voice,
live before
yeah,
we
go into that. Yeah, no, I just want
go
to,
into the.
yeah, I just wanted to point out that in Japan, despite being Usopp, like every single character that dude plays is like super cool in every other series. So I just find that fun. Like he plays Inuyasha, he plays L, like he's all
Yeah.
these badass leader characters in every other series. And then
But,
in One Piece he's Usopp.
before we end the stream, one more question. What would you guys like to see adapted next?
Ooh, that is a really good question.
Ooh.
That is a really good question.
Ooh.
Hey man, we're seeing One Piece next, right? TV
I
show.
don't want to. I'll pass.
There's a One Piece TV show coming out.
Time to look at my
I
anime
mean, and
list.
I'm
One
talking
sec,
about
one sec.
A U.S.
Yeah, I know.
adaptation.
U.S.
A
adaptation.
US version?
Yeah, a
Something they
U.S.
wouldn't fuck up with
Not
their morals.
not Evangelion. Bunch of
Hey, I heard. I keep hearing Ava.
naked 14-year-olds going crazy and killing each other. Nah, bro. Like it's they
Would
and
you? Well, what
Um,
about Gundam? You don't think they could do Gundam?
Gundam's possible. Gundam's very
I think they
possible.
could do Gundam.
Americans love military stuff. Gundam's
Char.
yeah, they could add original Gundam. Original Gundam they could do
Yeah,
really well.
yeah. I think they can do. I think Americans can do original Gundam like perfect.
I think they could do a good
I don't
Durara, to be honest.
I don't know if they could do it perfect because Char is the most memorable character from Gundam, and
Oh well, no,
Char.
it's not gonna. No, it's not gonna.
Oh,
It's not gonna be at the
just
same
take
quality.
mechs.
But I'm saying like, uh,
He says you
No,
ass means they're gonna fuck with it a little bit, fam.
no, just take no. I'm not saying it has to be amazing. I'm just saying the thing about Char, since you haven't watched all of Gundam, is he's very morally ambiguous sometimes. like the most memorable character from Gundam, goes on a killing rampage. Like he's
Mm-hmm.
murdering people who don't deserve to die. And Americans have problems with protagonists that are morally questionable, like not super nice guy and like heroic. And like
Yeah.
I feel like they would just
Even
completely
in
change
Game
this
of
kid. That
Thrones, Jon
is,
Snow.
yeah,
They have to put Jon Snow in there.
You know what?
yeah,
I know what you mean.
I think they
yeah.
would
They have
do.
problems with like characters that aren't super Boy Scoutish and like plain and stuff like that. And he's not like that. So like it'd be like if Darth Vader was the main character of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like Americans wouldn't it'd be his own boy. Like Europeans would, Asians would, but Americans would be like,
They always
he's
have
not
they always have a
nice.
character to balance out. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not nice enough. So I mean, Admiral Ray is kind of even Admiral Way like shoots people and like slaps his mom and is like, I'm a soldier now, so, like stuff like that. They'll have to like water it down. But yeah,
what,
they could do better.
Mariah, what series did you say?
I said Durarara or Psychopaths.
Psychopaths would be good.
Oh, yeah.
They could do Berserk,
I think
obviously.
Psychopaths.
Berserk?
They.
That's a lot of CG, man.
It
Ooh,
is.
and a lot of rape.
Yeah, I think Psychopaths in Durarara, because Durarara in general is they could just do New York instead of their nice little town. Like it could work because they're not doing too much like CGI needed stuff, but it would still be a good series with just one superhero kind of super strength dude here and there, and everyone else can kind of just be normalized more in a Riverdale sense. And I
Yeah.
think Psychopaths is just straight up movie film kind of type thing. Like if an actual movie people like got onto it, like a good company, like Psychopaths would be great in a movie. Like let's be honest, oh man, I would watch the fuck out of it.
Do
Uh,
Haikyuu, man.
I was gonna say Haikyuu, Slam Dunk,
Good
any sports
night.
series. I was
No,
thinking Haikyuu,
bro.
any
No,
sports
bro.
series like that without
I know.
special
So
sauce.
you're not even allowed to say that.
Definitely Haikyuu could work.
Past episode 18, for God's sake. Wait, you're on episode 19, aren't you?
Yeah.
Is it 18 or 19? It's 19, right?
No,
Because you
not.
did
I'm
you
on
did watch
episode
that one
19.
episode. He watched
I'm
that
on
one
episode 19.
episode like last month, so finish the first season before you can want an adaptation.
Yeah. What do you think of this? What series?
I agree with you. Gundam would be good. Hey, what about Steins Gate?
Never seen
I never finished Steins Gate.
And no, but you know what? I'm not a huge fan of the series, but I would be interested to see what they would do with
I actually
with
really
Full
there was
Metal
one
Alchemist.
episode. There's one episode.
Full
Ooh,
Metal
Full Metal
Alchemist.
Alchemist is a good one.
I think they would. I think a U.S. director would have an interesting spin on it that would actually make me like
To
it.
be honest, the more CGI, the more worry I get
Yeah.
when it comes to
Fullmetal
U.S.
Alchemist is
adaptation.
like for a big Hollywood like budget movie, they could handle Fullmetal Alchemist. Like it's
Yeah,
not that.
it's not
It's
too
not
much.
that strict.
Maybe
They got enough
now.
money.
It depends
Yeah.
what company picks it up.
Ghost in the Shell was more complicated to do with the CGI than Fullmetal
Yeah,
Alchemist. And
definitely.
supposedly
Yeah.
it was good. So supposedly, but
Is there
yeah,
anything else?
they could not do
That
Evangelion at all. They should.
you don't think they
Evangelion.
can do Evangelion?
You've not seen
I think
Evangelion.
I think they
That was
can do it, but it'll probably just be weird. It'll probably just be weird.
nah. It's
Macross?
too. Macross. If they aged up the characters a little bit, yeah. That, they aged up the characters. Nobody's gonna like Americans do not have shows about 15-year-olds
Wait,
like being like the leaders,
Minette?
Yeah, that's true.
like
Minette?
being the leader of like a military unit and like bossing around adults and he's just like 15 and stuff like that's.
Oh yeah, he's really
Yeah,
mean. He's really rude. He'll be like, "Shut up, old hag," and
yeah,
I'm like, "Yo,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
disrespecting women."
He's murdering people and he's like a
I think there
16-year-old.
should be a reboot of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Nah, I don't care.
There's a what?
The card like another
A,
movie.
a reboot of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
We
Another
tried
try.
that once.
That's not and not, but not M Night Shyamalan. Get like James
We
Cameron to do it.
don't. No.
Yes, because
No.
everything looked great. The visuals look
I mean,
good.
I guess. What's that series about the Vikings? What's that
Which one,
manga?
Viking?
Yeah, the
Oh,
Vikings
the
manga.
Vinland Saga.
The Vinland Saga.
That could work. That could definitely work. Berserk, they would just have to spend a lot of money. That's all.
Yeah,
No one's
maybe.
willing to spend the right amount of money on Berserk adaptations, bro. Like,
Yeah, that's
there's
a
not
lot
been
of.
one good adaptation. I'm
Especially
like,
when Ghost in the
fuck.
Shell flopped, and that was like a $200 million movie.
Was that $200
Did no
million?
way. Yeah, but that's a lot of special effects, man.
Scarlett Johansson.
Like I said, the more special effects, the more I worry.
You know, what about like romantic comedy?
Ba-da-ba-ba.
You know, and stuff like that. Science fiction. Stuff that doesn't cost $1 million
Hmm?
to make.
Hey, they can make a Poon
Yeah, that's
Poon.
why cute.
They could
They could
not.
do.
How
They could
They
do.
how
could
would they
not.
make Poon Poon? It'd be so
They could
hard.
just put a dude in a sheet.
No. CG little character walking around.
Well, yeah, or they could just do like a cartoon
I
character
don't even
walking
think.
around.
I don't even think they could make
Edosa.
it
Lay,
accurate.
Etta.
yeah.
What are they gonna do for Poon Poon's dick?
They could
Just draw. They could just draw it in.
that zombie series, I Am a Hero. That manga will work
Oh yeah.
fine. It's like The Walking
A
Dead.
Boku no Hero adaptation? No.
That
Nah.
could work. Actually, yeah.
No,
Really?
That could
no,
work.
no,
Sky High.
no,
Too much money?
no,
That would actually work. That's actually
no.
probably the smartest
It
one.
wouldn't work.
That's the simplest one. Superheroes popular right
Wait,
now.
have you
Little
guys
kids and
high key seen the Naruto play?
yeah.
I've seen the pictures. I
The
haven't seen
It
the
looks
costumes
play.
look
so
good.
good.
Look
It
really
looks
good.
so
They look really
good.
good.
The
No,
costumes look so
Fire.
good.
have you actually seen it though? It looks good. It was
Yeah, it
actually
looks great.
good. Like I've seen the 15 minutes thing I saw. Oh my gosh.
Hunter x Hunter, live action American
Oof.
Oh, we should probably end this
Mm.
stream. We're good.
Yeah,
yeah,
I said
yeah.
that. We didn't.
That was
Just end
interesting.
it. Just end it. Bye,
What I'm trying, there
bitches.
has to. I just feel like
Okay.
I'm gonna forget one series that's perfect for an American adaptation. I Shield 21.
5
Football.
a.m. They're the best anime.
Um,
Top 10 anime betrayals.
Oh, jeez.
oh boy.